happened one night, several years ago. I was back from a long day at work when I asked myself a very simple question. What makes me happy? The answer came quickly. There was photography that I discovered when I was a teenager. And then there was yoga, something that I found much later in my life, thanks to my wife. I will say there was my son as well, but I didn't really have the time to stay with him. I was always at work. So that was the problem. That same night, I did something crazy for the first time in my life. I quit my job, I rented out my apartment, and I bought a ticket to India. There was no strategy, no plan. I was just thinking, we're gonna do a lot of yoga. I will finally have some time to spend with my family, and I might take some cool photos of India, some travel photos. I guess destiny, fate, dharma, or whatever you want to call it, had other plans for me. The place in India where we arrived was Mysore. If you've never been to Mysore, you have to imagine this place that is deeply rooted in Indian traditions, but at the same time is the birthplace of Ashtanga Yoga, also known as Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga, this very physical style of yoga that had so much success in the West. In this city, very traditional as I said, there are thousands of Western yoga practitioners and yoga teachers coming from everywhere and being there studying yoga, becoming a teacher, or being already a teacher and deepening their studies. And I was there, same community, on the same journey. Something you have to consider that all of this was way before Instagram, yoga challenges on TikTok, tutorials on YouTube. Yoga was not popular at that time, really. It was not even cool. And the thing that surprised me more is where seeing this amazing community, these amazing practitioners, so dedicated, and I felt, well, that's beauty here. There's so much beauty. So my mission since that day became showing to everyone the beauty of yoga. How I did it? Well, it was easy. I had a camera, so I started taking photos, hundreds of photos, thousands of photos of yoga teachers and practitioners, and a lot of videos as well. And basically became my job because yes, in the meantime, yoga became a thing. So people understood all the benefit of this discipline. And my way to help people to understand it was always through beauty. The beauty of the postures, of the lines, of the body, but also of the dedication of the practitioner, the focus. I've been traveling non-stop for years, creating images. When the pandemic hit, I slowed down my travel, and I finally had time to sit down in front of my computer with all these hard drives, with all these images, and I thought, yeah, it's time to collect them together. In the meantime, the perception of yoga and the representation of yoga changed as well. So I started to change a little bit the way that I wanted to represent yoga with my camera. Inspiration can be anywhere, in anybody, any age, any ability. Also, I started to see yoga, let's say, in other disciplines, in dance, body art. I fell really in love with body painting, and I worked on many projects with that. With this spirit, I created the Drishti box. So what is the Drishti box? It's a collection of 108 photos I took during 10 years. Drishti is the focal point. that can help us to gain more concentration and focus. Taking photos for me, it's like a meditation. It's a way to see the world outside and to go inwards at the same time. And why 108 photos? Well, 108 is a special number. The beats of the mala, for example, are 108. They are not the classical yoga photos you might see on Instagram, but there's a thread that unite them together. You can find the sacred and the mundane, the ghats of Varanasi, the beaches of Tulum, the jungles of Bali, and the deserts of Nevada. Flexibility, but also inclusivity, provocation, and contemplation. Every box is numbered and signed by me. I think of the Drishti box as an object you can collect, but it has to live with you. You can browse the photos as it was a book and get your daily yoga inspiration, or you can frame them and hang them at the wall. It's totally up to you. It's your Drishti, after all.